not complicated. No conversation, get it, not complicated. No conversation, please say less. Please say less. Please say less.
I'm blessed, I don't GA. You tryna yes on yes on yes on yes. Say less.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Anticipation is mounting for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's Carr's Raiders going up against Keenum's Vikings.
All right, Larry, it's one of the new jewels of the NFL, no doubt, as you get a look inside U.S. Bank Stadium here in Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Oakland Raiders. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out in a good one. As he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Now a man who began with the Raiders, it's Latavius Murray. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
You and I both know that you don't really, truly replace Adrian Peterson, but Latavius Murray is a really good back. Similar running styles, too. Won't wear the same number, we know that. But when you see him run, you might see a little bit of that in him, upright with some power.
They go play action here on first down. Flush to his right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Ten yards still left on second down. They'll run the counter with Murray. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs.
Let's go. Blue 58. Blue 58.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
So on 4th down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. Back deep for the Raiders, Jalen Richard. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. A first carry now for Marshawn Lynch. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Shotgun now for Carr. Roberts with it over the middle. And he's able to get up here to the 26. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
So completion on 2nd down, that brings up 3rd. From the gun, it's Carr. Escaping the pressure right. It finds Crabtree for the completion. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it a gain of a couple there as it'll leave them with a second and just 3.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
3 yards remaining here on second down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Crabtree has it. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Carr to Crabtree, good for a Raider first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. First down, the run with Lynch. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game, the effort of the man with the football.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
Just 2 yards to go here on second down for the offense. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall at the 36. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Lynch. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
And, partner, in a lot of short yardage situations, you'll see the linebackers step up into the gaps, what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, to make sure they take away all spaces, all creases. That one worked really well for them.
They only needed a yard, instead went backwards. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And we were scoreless up until this point in the second quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along? Or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
And the Vikings now heading onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. They go back to Murray on first down. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Second down, Bridgewater. Look at the spin. He finds McKinnon, complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Give him 2 yards on that play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Ryan Quigley now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. And now here come the Raiders. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. To go here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. On second down, Lynch. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And look out. I think he's going to go. 30, the 20. It's a big play there for Oakland. 81 yards. And the elder statesman with a big run. He's hit that dreaded 3-0. He still can churn it.
I love the way you treat him with respect.
Respect.
Elder statesman. You didn't just call him an old guy or anything like that.
I call you an elder statesman.
I love the way he can still play. Talk about running it with savvy now.
And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. On first, here's Washington. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Throw on second down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. Defensively, maybe a little too fired up there for a third down stop.
Remember in preseason when we were going to camps and watching people, they worked on this, right? In the heat of the summer, still did it anyway.
Following the penalty, Lynch, and he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Second and goal as the offense looks to try to punch it in. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get-off on the snap, jump too quickly.
They'll run for it with Lynch. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Marshawn Lynch, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders add on to their lead. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
And this is their third drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a second drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. They go with Murray again. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be second and 11. Now a give. This is Murray. Murray has the first down and more. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. That good for 22 and a first down.
But last year, I'm not sure we saw very many of those runs, did we, from the Vikings? I mean, they had the poorest rushing attack in the league.
Just 75 yards per game, but carries like the one we just saw, that'll help bolster that average.
Yeah, certainly, and they tried to beef up the offensive line in the offseason, brought in Latavius Murray, and then drafted Dalvin Cook out of Florida State.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Final play of the half, Bridgewater. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Shift together here from the D-line. Carr gives to Marshawn. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. 6 yards here to go for the offense on second down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
Now Carr going to give to Olawale, and he'll get this only up to about the 35. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short. And Carr's going to keep it himself. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. The 10th carry of the game for Marshawn Lynch. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11. Now they'll throw with Carr. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Seth Roberts, and it's third down. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Throwing his Carr on third down. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to fourth down. Here's Marquette King now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
And on 2nd and 10 now. A handoff. It's Murray. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. They'll try and run with Murray. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got to jump here.
Let's get into the weeds here a little bit, partner. The Raiders last year, road games only, committed the most penalties in NFL history for the most penalty yardage in NFL history.
Yeah, hard to believe in something they have to shore up when they're playing away from home. Following the penalty, it's Murray. Call it a gain of 4, leaves them with options here on 2nd and just a yard.
Only 4 yards on that gain, but, you know, a lot of people would say that's like getting 9 in normal circumstances since this was 1st and 5.
Yeah, now your playbook's wide open here, 2nd and very short.
Yeah, I still don't think that you can count it in the stats that way at contract time.
No, it still goes down as 4, not 9.
Well, after what we just saw, we know that with 3rd down coming up, this is not a gimme for the offense. They've got to figure out what they want to do. Do they challenge their offensive line and try and run it? Or do they go ahead and concede that this is a tough defense and put it in the air?
You give them 5 yards there, and it's enough for the 1st. They run with Murray. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. To throw, Bridgewater. They sack him back at the 42. Bruce Irvin leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. The give to the fullback on the dive. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball and where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it, and on that play he did. So you've got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Handoff comes to Lynch. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. On play action. Now Carr. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump. On 3rd down, they go Lynch. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30.